good morning, good afternoon, good evening, or good night, wherever you are. I hope all is well and God is good. Welcome to a brand new episode of the Greatness Podcast with me, Father Prophet, coming to you today from the bedroom studio. As you can see, me and the kids and the wife. I got a little backed up, had some things to run around today, so the kids are out and about in the house, so I had to come to the bedroom studio to give you all what you need. And today's episode, we'll be talking about something very, very, very serious and very important. And we'll be going along, back and forth. It'll let you know some things, how I've grown and things that I've learned throughout this journey of mine, dealing with you all and dealing with people in general. So today's topic is the most common misconceptions of mental health. So what I want to do is kind of talk about mental health, and it's come to the forefront here these last few years, especially with the pandemic and the lockdowns and everything. A lot of things that were buried under the surface that people could hide and use to mask if they were dealing with something that had to do with their mental health and really confront their mental health. They didn't have those shields, the going to work, and they didn't have those outlets to where you get stuck in the house all day. There's certain things you got to do. You can't get your coffee. You can't get stop and get your whatever you want to treat you and to kind of mask and use as a crutch. So it kind of came to the forefront, and everything kind of came to a head over these last few years. But mental health is an important aspect of overall wellness and your overall greatness. I know I talk a lot about weight loss and stuff like that, and health and fitness. And of course, with myself going through a 230-pound weight loss in a year, it was a mental game. I tell all my clients, if you have more than 10 or 15 pounds to lose, it's not, everybody says, oh, it's weight loss is 90% mental. Anything over like 10 pounds, it's 100% mental. And anything over 50 pounds is 1000% mental. So your mental health is a huge, huge, huge part of growing yourself and growing down your path to greatness. It is a huge aspect of overall wellness, yet it is misunderstood or stigmatized a lot. Just off of my history, being raised, being a indigenous person to America, growing up in the South, you certain things, it's, oh boy, stop being soft, or oh, you're all right, or oh, you just want to get out of it. There was all, be a man, be tough, and you can't let that get you down, and don't cry, don't show weakness, don't do this. What's wrong with you? It was all of those things and more, and that carries over into a lot of different cultures, not just my culture. A lot of different cultures, especially when it comes with men and masculinity. Like, we can't have emotion, or we can't do with different things like that. So there's a lot of different misconceptions about it and stigmatisms behind it. And one common misconception, like I just said, it is a point of weakness, a character flaw, or something that is wrong with you, and that's just simply not true. Mental health issues and mental health problems can affect anyone, regardless of their personality or their strength of their character. Like, life is a formidable foe. Things happen to us on an everyday basis to where, and there's times and periods in our life to where it might get you down mentally. Yeah, physically you might be strong, but like mentally you need help. So it's always important to remember that seeking help for mental health issues is not and will never be a sign of weakness, but it is more of a sign of strength and a sign that you are capable of and aware of helping yourself. It's a form of self-care. Like one of the big forms of self-care is, getting yourself together, man, like mentally, because like I was telling someone, a guy I met in the gym the other day. He was like, "Oh man, your transformation was amazing. I saw you on TikTok and your Facebook and your YouTube channel." Um, and he was just like, "How did you do it?" I said, "I had to get from here up in order to get from here down in order. It starts right here. If you can't have from the neck up in check, from the neck down usually is not in check either. Usually. So that's just one thing that you just gotta know. Another misconception about mental health is that it only affects few people, or oh, he must be one of them, or it's rare, or it only affects like a small percentage of the population. When in reality, mental health issues are quite common. I think it was the World Health Organization. Yeah. The World Health Organization said that 1 in 4 people, that's 25% of the population, the world population, 25% of 7 billion people, 7 billion plus people, 25% of 7 billion people are affected by a mental or a neurological disorder at some point in their life. Think about that, man. If it's you and 3 other people standing in a room, chances are somebody in there has like a mental health problem or mental health issue. So that's why it's important to recognize that mental health problems can affect anyone. And that seeking help is normal and necessary part of taking care of ourselves, so we can ultimately take care of others around us. Because like I always say, you can't pour from an empty cup, and you can't give what you don't have. So that's just is not rare. It's actually very, very common, and I believe it's becoming more and more common based on the way society is going and the way that things are, trending across this world. It's unfortunate, but it's something that can be addressed and can be helped if we all take the time and care for one another, help each other, and take the time to care enough for ourselves and to help ourselves. So yeah, man, it's just not rare at all. 3, another misconception is that mental health problems, they can't be treated, or that treatment is not effective. That's also not true. I remember there was a guy in my town growing up, and he was what most considered would be a homeless guy or a bum. Well, he wasn't homeless. He had a home, but he would walk the streets all day long, and he would talk to himself. And my grandparents, they used to say, "Oh, he crazy." His name was Roger Jean. In West Monroe, Louisiana. Roger Jean was his name. He said, and you could set your clock to Roger Jean. You could say, "Oh, Roger Jean should be walking by here in a minute," and in 30 seconds he'd walk by. Roger Jean. Yep. But he would be talking to himself and say, "Oh, that brother's crazy." They said that brother's crazy. But they didn't understand that he had schizophrenia. And he had it his whole life. He had a family and stuff, but he would leave the house. He'd be talking to he had a sister, and she had mental health issues also. But back then they would say, "Oh, he crazy." Out there talking to himself. Yeah, he has schizophrenia. But thankfully, we are evolving in society when it comes to dealing with people and helping people. Nobody ever treated him mean or anything like that. It was just misdiagnosed by the community. But there are many effective treatments that for mental health problems. There's therapy, medication, and also lifestyle changes to where you can almost attack a mental health issue from every angle. But you have to be open and honest with yourself and realize that you have these things and there are tools in place for you to help. It's not a weakness. It's not that you're less than. You just have an issue that has arisen or that has been created based on circumstances, based on hereditary, based on, it could be a myriad of things that caused it, but there's also that same amount of things that can help you conquer it and solve it and eliminate it eventually, hopefully. It's important to work with a mental health professional if you can, to find the right treatment plan for your individual needs. There's absolutely nothing wrong with seeking help, especially professional help. Sometimes all it takes is for people to talk, to talk and have that outlet, but sometimes you might need professional help, and there's nothing wrong with that. It's also important to remember that, mental health is not a one-time fix. If you want to help someone through a mental health issue, you have to be committed to helping them and committed to bettering their mental health state. It's just like physical health. It requires ongoing care and attention. It requires you to go. I go to the gym every day. I work out every day. I eat clean all day. I'm aware of how much I'm drinking. I'm aware of how much, I've always had my water. I'm aware of all things at all times. It's ongoing. It's not, well, I went to the gym, twice this week. I'm good now for the year. No, you have to keep going, and you have to keep building and paving the road to your mental health greatness, just like you do to your physical health greatness. And it's okay to seek help when you need it. It's important to prioritize your mental health as an ongoing part of your self-care routine and your self-care regimen. Like, you can't get better until you get better at doing the things that are necessary. You have to check the boxes. You can't, you can't wish it away. You can't, avoid it. You can't run from it, because, the more you run from a thing, the more it chases you. The quickest way to get through a storm is to head directly into it. So the storm is moving this way. If you're running this way, the storm's going to chase you forever. If you turn around and go into the storm will pass you faster because y'all are going in opposite directions. So don't run from a mental health issue or a mental health problem. Face it. Be honest with yourself. Be open with yourself. Pray and ask God to strengthen you and to put people in your life that can help you improve that state and overall solve it. And if you are dealing with someone who has a mental health issue, number one, you're going to have to be patient. Like I just said, it's not a one-time fix. It is an ongoing process that you must be committed to. You have to be patient. You have to be understanding. You can't be quick to anger. You're going to be frustrated. They're going to relapse. They're going to do. It's a struggle. It's a process that you have to go through, and that the person will be going through to overcome whatever obstacles or whatever challenges are in their mental health. So just know those things, man. Be committed. And those are some of the biggest misconceptions about mental health. If you are having a mental health issue, feel free to reach out to me on any of my social medias, and my email is going to be coming up here towards the end of the video here in a few minutes. And reach out to me, man. I'm here to talk. I'm here to help. I'm here to listen. I'm here to give advice. I'm a life coach by profession, a physical trainer, football coach, mentor, public speaker, all of that. Motivational speaker, author, all of that. And speaking of author, big news. I am in the process of opening my own ebook store. So I want you all to stay tuned and get ready for all of these different transcripts of the Greatness Podcast to be available for you to download and read, take notes on, add to your weaponry to have a better life to on your path to greatness. And I also be posting my books that I have written, that I'm currently written, and will be writing in the future for your help, self-help, mental help, physical help, all of your all-around wellness when it comes to living the best life that we can, the life that God intended for us. So stay tuned for information on the ebook store. The Greatness ebook store will be coming to you soon. Also, we'll have merch and all of that, Father Prophet shirts and Greatness t-shirts and things like that for everyone to have as your physical reminder that you can be the greatness that God has called you to be. And you will. And I'm here to help you. So I want you all to like, comment, and subscribe to this video. I want you all to have a blessed day. Stay tuned into positive things. Follow me on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook. Email me. Follow me on here. Like, comment, and subscribe to the video, man. Turn the notification bell on so you know that it is live for you. I just want to wrap this up, man. I love you all. I love doing this for you. Thank you for allowing me to be able to come into your life, come into your device, wherever you are, and help you live the life that God has meant for you to have. All right? Well, I'm going to get up out of here. Hope you all enjoyed this. Hope you have a blessed rest of your week and a blessed rest of the year. I love you. I love you. I love you. And as always, keep grinding. Peace.